Terraria is one of those games that you wish you could just experience again. When I first played this game, it was on my dad's iPhone 2, and I found a Lepus egg and died over and over again for an hour. I was immediately hooked. But who is Terraria, and why was he made? I will cover that today. Terraria was released on May 16th, 2011 by the studio Relogic. Relogic always comes to play, bruh. All their stuff is heat. Whether it be Terraria or Pixel Privateers. Anyway, the game is fun. You start off in a little area with trees and some copper tools. You build a box and just kind of chill there for a while. I guess you go mining or something. I don't really remember this part of the game, I'm gonna be honest. It's definitely the slowest part that probably turns away a lot of people, but don't let it discourage you. Then you fight this big eye thing, then you fight Skeletron, then you fight the Eater of Worlds, maybe the Queen Bee, and then you fight the Wall of Flesh. This puts you in hard mode, which unlocks lots of cool stuff, including where Drake lives. Enemies are harder, but so are you. I mean, craft better items and fight the mechanical bosses than this crazy freaking plant and then the golem. After all that baby stuff, you fight Duke Fishron or Okram if you live in 2013. After that comes Moonlord, the craziest boss of all. For most people at this stage of the game, he's not that hard, but his tongue never fails to trip me up. Wait, then you give up, or maybe fight the Empress of Light. That's Terraria. That all probably sounded pretty simple, but the real exciting part is what happens in between. Terraria has such a vast arsenal of weapons that you can choose a specific class to play for the whole game. It's not required, but if you want an extra challenge on your second or third playthrough, you can use magic, melee, ranged, or summoning only to beat the game. Magic is weird in that it's difficult to use unless you pour a lot of time into it. Melee is probably the easiest class to play, personally my favorite. You'll need a lot of health for this one since you'll be taking a lot of damage, especially if you're playing with a friend. Ranged is pretty fun, and it turns out gunning down wildlife is fun in video games too. Summoning is for truly sick people. If you like to stick pencils in your eyeballs and put Duplos in your butthole while you play video games, then this class is definitely for you. All these classes fundamentally change how you play and are not always for the faint of heart. Generally, I wouldn't worry about this so much. I rarely play classes, and I've beaten the game more times than I can count. My favorite part of the game is all the little things like pets, mounts, and armor. Terraria is really just a fashion show. Personally, I like to rock the Martian or mushroom set with my baby werewolf. I also love the NPCs. My favorite is the truffle. Please remove the zoologist. Nobody want to see that. Music is great. I love mushrooms and jungle theme. The game pretty much never stops getting updated either. I think like 2 years ago they said we're gonna release the last update, and that was just a lie. Like a straight up lie.
Yo, dude. You know they killed the dog on Family Guy.
The dog, Brian?
Yeah, Brian.
Man, stop playing for real.
I'm playing, man.
Brian's dead?
Yeah.